Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. The Sacramento Kings, or the Beam team, have been phenomenal so far this season, and their handoff attack has been a huge part. But it all starts with Sabonis. They traded for Sabonis last year for Halliburton, and his effect on the franchise has been, without mistake, one of the best decisions they have made. His impact is seen heavily, and especially in their handoff attack. Let's look at some numbers before diving into the film. So in terms of offensive rating, they're 6th right now. With their DHO attack, they're averaging over a point per possession, shooting pretty efficiently, and scoring 42.8% of the time out of the handoff. So now we can look at the film and see what Mike Brown has cooked up with Sabonis and company to be so good in DHOs. Spacing is offense and offense is spacing, so let's look at that first. In terms of their spacing, when the handoff is in the middle of the floor, they like 2 guys on the strong side and 1 guy on the back side of the handoff, kind of like a shake-up. So here you'll see it's in the middle third-ish of the floor. You got the 1 guy behind the action and 2 guys on the strong side. It's a basic ball screen look in the middle of the floor, but they're translating it through a handoff using Sabonis as a hub of offense. This also is pretty often when they use zooms to get into their action and things like that that are typically in the middle third. With their personnel of a lot of guys that could attack off the bounce and also space the floor, this 2 on the strong and 1 behind spacing makes it really tough for defenses to guard these actions. But when these handoffs happen on a single side of the floor, there's typically 3 wide with the action happening alone on a 2-man action side. You can see here against the Jazz, you have 3 guys spaced wide and the action happening alone on the side of the floor. Same here in transition against Memphis. You had the action happen alone, and then we have 3 Sacramento Kings spread wide. This also allows for a lot of movement, which we'll talk about next, but this 3-man wide spacing allows 2 guys to operate, Sabonis being one of them, and just playing off of each other on a single side of the floor. Very tough to guard with the skill set of their 4 perimeter players and Sabonis, and it's just fun to watch on a nightly basis. Now let's talk more about that movement I brought up briefly. When you look at their offense and how it operates, there's a lot of movement on and off the ball. So here, we're going to see an on-ball movement. We're going to have a little Euro-style action with the back cut at the 45 on the strong side leading into the handoff. They really like this to promote and allow the bottom guy to get more space to come off the handoff, and also that cut is valuable in terms of getting easy backdoor action and points. Here against the Nuggets, we had Davion as that 45 cut, and then it turned into a 2-man game with Monk on the side of the floor. As we showed these clips, you can see that they also have variety. Here we're going to get a zoom into the handoff in the middle third. This is just one of their ways to allow more momentum toward the basket, just a different way to get into the handoff. And we're going to go off the ball also. They do that same Euro look. That 45 is really active off the ball when it gets into that 3-man side and the handoff happening on the side of the floor. They also have some variety in the stuff that they do. Here we're going to see a Spain pick and roll flow into their 5-out handoff game, just playing off of Sabonis. We're going to have that initial Euro look on this side of the floor. Then on the weak side, we're going to have that 45 really active, Murray cutting to the rim while the handoff is happening. Here Sabonis is going to get it. We're going to see a fake 45 cut into the handoff and then hammer off the ball. Always moving, always playing. Mike Brown has a lot of examples and just principles from the Warriors where the offense is always moving. Guys are always playing off of each other, getting in space. They're phenomenal at getting into good spacing, even off ball with movement and action happening on the ball. Here we got an example of it all. It turned into a pick and pop, into their Euro look, into the handoff, and on the weak side we're getting the 45 cut while the handoff's happening. A lot of movement and a lot of fun things happening in Sacramento. But what allows all this to work? It's Sabonis' phenomenal playmaking ability and his ability to score the ball. He's currently leading the team in assists and he's 2nd in points. His ability to just go out there and impact the game on a nightly basis in a variety of ways is what allows this DHO game to be so successful and one of the best offensive attacks in the league so far this season. You can see in all these clips, he brings the ball up the floor. He's able to make the tough pass look easy. He is a phenomenal passer for his position, and he's just a phenomenal passer overall. A lot of these passes are tough, but they're within the flow of the offense. He sees the floor, he understands what defenses are doing, and is able to get the ball places on time, on target consistently. He's able to make defenses pay on that 45 cut if they're not active, dropping behind, sticking with their guy, and he's able to make them pay if there's a steal. He finds the opportunity to get his teammates gets the ball in spots to be successful. Whether he's in the middle of the floor, at the elbows, on the block, he's a big-time playmaker, and this ability is what allowed Mike Brown to create and formulate this offense. Sabonis as the hub, being wherever he needs to be on the floor. He's comfortable from anywhere, so let's put him wherever he can have an advantage, and then let's have 4 shooters and slashers around him, always moving, always playing off of him, which has proven to be one of the best offenses in the league with a top 10 offensive rating, high efficiency shooting, and just overall fun watch on a nightly basis. The Kings' handoff attack is one of the hardest guards in the NBA. Teams are struggling finding ways to just slow down this attack, and it's all centered around Sabonis' playmaking ability and the talent around him that can shoot and cut off of him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about the Sacramento Kings and Mike Brown's offense. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.